The Clever Kid. There was once a clever kid whose name was cleverer than a king. A troublemaker nearby heard about the kid's name and rushed to tittle-tattle tell the king. And the king, who was a rich, powerful and very, very vain man, was furious, and he called for his soldiers to go out, find the kid and drag them back to him to be punished. Soldiers went off, found the kid, dragged the kid back to the king's compound, where the king said, "Explain yourself, cleverer than a king, how dare you have that name?" And the kid, she shrugged, she said, the thing is, king, I didn't have much say in it. I was born and my parents gave me this name. It wasn't actually much to do with me. I wasn't part of the decision-making process. "Nevertheless," said the king with irresistible logic, "you shall be punished. Nobody can have such a name unless they prove themselves worthy of it." "I'm going to..." "But that's not fair," said the kid. "Hush," said the king, "I'm going to set you a task." The king racked his brains, thinking what task to set the kid. He said, "I know," said the king, "cut my hair." Well, the kid, she was suspicious of the king. She didn't trust him. And she said, "Well, okay, but can you ask your servants to go and reap the ears of wheat in the wheat field? Because my wheat field needs to be harvested, and it needs to be harvested now. If you do that, then I'll cut your hair." He said, "Fine." Sent his servants off to reap the ears of wheat from the wheat field of the kid. "Now cut my hair," he said. And the kid started to cut it. Snip, 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 snip. "Would you like tram lines? The fashion at the moment is for very short sides and then high at the top, bit like a pineapple. Would you like that?" "Hush," said the king. Just cut it. A king does not follow fashion. A king sets fashion. Cut it short and sleek." So she did. "There you go," she said. "What do you think?" King took up a mirror and looked at himself in the mirror, and I always liked what he saw in the mirror. "But," he said, "actually, I preferred my old hairstyle. Can you put the hair back?" "What?" The kid was ready. She said, "Sure, I'll put the hair back just as soon as your servants put the ears of wheat back on my wheat stalks." "What? That can't be done," said the king. "Well, then neither can your hair be put back on your head." Oh, clever, huh? Clever," said the king. Very good, a very good response. "Well, okay, instead, I want you to make me a drink of sweet corn with this big bag of corn here. Make the drink. I want it fast." "It can't be made fast," thought the kid. She racked her brains. She used her wits. She thought, okay. She said, "King, here is a calabash seed. If you take your staff and tell them to plant the seed, then when the calabash tree grows and the calabashes are coming down from the branches, I will take one of the calabashes and make a cup from it. And once the cup is ready, your drink will be ready, and I will pour your drink into the cup for you. There you go." "But that will take forever," said the king. Said the kid. "Oh, okay, another clever response, I see." And the king, despite himself, found that he was enjoying himself. I said, all right, well, one more task. I want you to feed my horse. Feed my horse from now all the way until sunset. Fresh grass. Give me a few minutes," said the kid, "and I will sort that out." "Okay, go." Kid rushed off, went to a shop, bought a big bag of oats, took it out of the shop and spilled it on the road. The rats came running. When the rats came running and ate away at the oats, she talked to them. She said, "Rats, can you help me out? The king wants me to feed his horse. Can you gather fresh grass into big mounds and cover yourselves with grass, and then bring yourselves with the grass all the way to the king's horse so the horse can eat fresh grass? Can you do that for me? If you do, I'll make you a big vat of fresh porridge at the end of the day, the rats spoke among themselves and thought, no, this is a pretty good deal, and they agreed to do it. So the kid went back to the king's compound and said, yes, I can do that for you. I can feed your horse all the way until sunset. Great, said the king. Go ahead. The kid whistled for the rats. And to the astonishment of the king and his courtiers, grass began to move almost as if by magic, of its own volition, into the king's compound and up to the king's horse. And the horse chomped away, and the grass flowed into the compound. It was an astonishing sight. Grass moving to the king's horse all the time, all the way until sunset. At the sunset, the king held up his hands. Okay, I'm beat. You've done it. I don't know how you did it, but you've done it. I hereby allow you to be called the name Cleverer Than a King, but you and you only. I'm making this exception just for you. You can go. No, thank you, your gracious worship, your honor, your highness. I am delighted to have been of service to you. And the kid quickly left the compound, ran back to her parents' house, and said, Mom, Dad, you won't believe what happened to me. You know, I met the king, and she told them everything that had happened. Mom said, wow, isn't that marvellous? Maybe we should give you an additional name. You can be called Cleverer Than a King and Smarter Than... No, Mom, no. Hey, your mom's onto something, said Dad. You know, maybe we should expand your name and say you're called Cleverer Than a King and even Smarter Than a... No, Dad, shut, quiet. I've had enough already with this name. The kid went to a room, lay down, and had a well-earned sleep.